And welcome to another episode of the KATcast. Today, we're talking about things that get us in the feels.
Ooh.
Make us sentimental.
Okay, I think I could start this off.
Yeah.
So my wife, a long time ago, before she was my wife, she got me, like those Armstrong like bracelets, but it wasn't like the Armstrong one. It was something for like our youth. But, the...
Oh, it's like the Live Strong.
Yeah, like what did I say?
Armstrong.
It's a wristband, you mean?
I'm like,
Live Strong is what
so
I meant.
I was thinking like Stretch.
Yeah,
Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah,
my mom.
Sorry.
Many of us
Sorry.
have not
Yes, the Live Strong bands, kind of like these, right? The little like rubber.
Yeah.
Anyways, she gave me that like a long time ago when we first started dating, and like I still have it. It's one of those things where it's like it holds it. What's the value of that? I don't know, 17 cents. But let me tell you,
it's a sentimental value.
It holds a lot of emotion in that little thing, So it just brings up all sorts of memories. I think of like, she gave it to me in New Orleans, so that's what I always think of. I think of all the times that we had in New Orleans together. So like,
you look at that and you think back, and
so such a silly little thing, but it's it really holds a lot of memories for me.
No, not silly at all.
Yeah. No, I have my my grandma's address book, which sounds kind of weird, but my grandma passed away when I was 17, my grandma Kirschmar, so my dad's mom, and we were really close, and she had all kinds of like little notes written in there, not just people's addresses and stuff, but she had little notes and little things and recipes and stuff that she had jotted down. And I don't know, there's just something comforting about looking in there and seeing her handwriting.
Oh yeah.
Now, as a teenager, there were a couple of addresses that were, crossed out. And I thought, ooh, grandma must have gotten into a fight, didn't like them anymore. That was my 17-year-old, brain. I think actually they just passed away.
Oh.
But, at first I'm like, what is this, like grandma's burn book or something?
Grandma's burn book.
It was nothing like that.
Be like, she didn't like my cookies.
She stole the recipe for my prize winning cake.
I can understand what you're saying. You guys know, when I was 21 years old, I had a very serious illness. I almost died from it. I could have died from it. It was called aplastic anemia. Look it up. But while I was in the hospital, my mom sat by my side the entire time. She knitted this brown Afghan, and just the whole time sitting there talking, praying, knitting. That's what she did. Crochet. I guess, is that crocheting in Afghan? I don't know. Whatever. With the needles and everything. But I have that, and it is like one of the most precious things I look at. And even now, I look at it, and I feel my mom's presence. It's because it was from a very emotional time.
Yeah.
Because she was afraid she was going to lose her, her first child.
See, I got a couple of quilts like that my grandma made me. My grandma passed away when I was like 2. So there's like some of these things. It's all I have left of my grandma. So like, and I still use it to this day. I have like my quilt that I put on my bed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, those are things where it's like never ever is it going to go anywhere else. I don't care if it rips. I will figure out how to stitch it back together, sew it up, whatever it needs to do.
Yeah, that's true.
That's going to stay in the family forever. I have a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Now the husband, he's like overly sentimental, whereas I will pick a piece or two, small things. He like has to keep everything that somebody has touched that meant the world to him. So we've been working the last decade on kind of getting a handle on that, because having all those things, it's not going to bring them back or anything.
Yeah, of course.
And, we don't have a large house.
The room for
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I've brought, he's brought up storage units, and I'm like, there's really no point in paying money for something you're never going to look at. I know that once it leaves the house, it's going to be out of sight, out of mind.
Right. Right.
So
no, that's true. There are many things we have that, yes, they hold a tremendous amount of sentimental value, but let's be honest. It isn't like you go in every day and look at it, handle it, or whatever. It's sitting away in a closet or something. I think part of it is just knowing that you have it in your space.
Right.
Makes you feel bad.
Sure.
I understand that. I got a ton of things like that. Old letters. They're sitting in a box. They're disintegrating is what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I know I have them.
Yeah. I've got a ring from my grandma, Kirschmar. She was born in January also. Our birthdays were just a couple days apart. And so as a little kid, I remember sitting on her porch swing with her, and she'd take that garnet ring off and she'd put it on my finger and she'd say, one day, this is going to be Grandma's baby's ring. And she gave it to me when I turned 16, and then we lost her a year later. So
wow.
It's, it's nice to have that. And also the husband, when his mom passed away, his dad gave me his mom's, her mom's wedding ring. So, and that's, old.
Yeah.
It's beautiful though,
Yeah, so my grandpa passed away. I got a whole bunch of his. I got like a couple of rings of his. He got a couple of bracelets that he would always wear. A couple of necklaces and stuff that I always loved too. I always reminded me of him, and I remember I always expressed interest. And I was like, I like those a lot. The fact that he left those for me is just.
My dad passed away in 1991, and one of the things I got was his wallet. And he had cards and everything, and just like business cards and things like that. But my dad was like I want to say 3 or 4 pack a day smoker. So the wallet, I generally hate the smell of cigarette smoke. I will tell you that immediately.
Yeah.
But this, I could go and smelled like my dad. And I kept it in my nightstand for the longest time. I still have it. It's somewhere packed away somewhere, and it doesn't smell like my dad anymore. But every once in a while, I would see it and I would just go, there's Dad. Isn't that weird?
No.
But,
I don't think that's weird at all.
Yeah, it was an emotional connection.
Yeah, scents have a way of taking you back to that memory, which is really cool. It's weirdly enough, cellophane does that for me. I think of Christmas every time. When you everything's kind of wrapped up in cellophane.
Right.
And, if you get something new, it's like that fresh factory sealed smell. Every time I smell that, no matter where I'm at, it takes me to Christmas Day. I'm always it takes me. I'm like 2-3 years old, Christmas Day.
Every day is Christmas for Jordan. That's great.
Wow. Yeah.
Every time I get a package.
We're talking about things that make us sentimental, that kind of hit us in the feels, if you will. And it could be anything. It could be a possession. I will tell you, I don't know. I'm going to even reach the end of this one. Movies and TV shows. Okay, the scene from, you guys are going to laugh at this, and it's okay. The scene from The Sound of Music, the wedding scene, where Maria is walking down the aisle, and there's the nun singing, "How do you solve a problem like Maria?" Which is what every bride wants to hear, by the way, on her wedding day. Okay, how do we solve a problem like this woman? Let's get her married off. There you go.
And that makes you weepy?
I have to admit, it does. I sit there and I'm going like this. I know.
Who cut this onion under me?
Okay, let me tell you, I got that from my dad too. I inherited that from my dad. He'd be sitting there watching his show on TV, and I'm sitting real close, so he's behind me, and behind me I hear, I go, Dad's got the hit him in the feels,
There's some movies that'll do that too.
Yeah.
It was weirdly enough, sometimes they're like kids movies. Well, I'll be sitting there watching movies as a kid, all of a sudden it has some kind of insane message at the end, you're just sitting there, you're like, they're sitting there, oh yeah, they did it. And you're like, yeah, they did.
We've talked about, movies, I think, once before, and I think I revealed that for me, it's Hook. It's that part where one of the cute little lost boy, he's all smushing Robin Williams' face, and he's doing all this, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, there you are, Peter." Oh,
yeah.
Is he blind? Is he brailing him?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I never saw that
he
that
just
part.
knew that boy, side of him was still in there.
Oh,
and he was trying,
okay.
Because remember, in Hook,
he grows up.
He grew up.
He grew up.
Peter grew up, and
but
he's kind of a jerk.
That
but he was
part
still
of him still
in there,
recognized.
and so he just kind of smushed his face around because he had to find Peter.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Ooh,
that's another one.
The
the part especially at the end where the island of misfit toys, they're dropping off the toys one by one. Like you see Santa, and then he's dropping the toys off to children that all gathered on. And I'm like, the toys found a home! Yay! Again, as a 67-year-old man, I can watch that and still weep.
And let me tell you too. By the way,
what a goon.
A lot of this, sometimes too, having kids sometimes affects you in a way that like you'll see things differently too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it just completely, you're just like, because you'll be like, oh yeah, that never used to affect me. It's like, yeah, just wait. Just wait. Because then things will hit you a little bit differently. You get a kind of a different perspective on things, you know?
Well, you know, when we were hanging out with your oldest on, you know, around Christmas for the parades, and he goes, you know, he was talking about Hilly's grandson. He was going to come up, and they were going to hang out together. And Jordan's son was so excited. We were at lunch, and he goes, I think I'm going to make a new friend today.
Isn't that sweet?
And I was
It's
just
so
like,
adorable. I know.
oh, God.
Don't make me cry.
As adults, we don't do that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true. You know, hey, somebody's coming to the party later. I think I'm going to make a new friend today. We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Of course not. As a kid, you look at it completely
I
different.
know, isn't that
Exactly.
funny? I was like, because as adults, you're kind of like, you know, I've never met this person. Am I going to like this person? Yada yada. As
We
a kid, you're
overthink
just
You
like,
everything.
assume as a kid you're going to like
yeah.
them.
As a kid, you're just like, it's another potential new friend, you know. And
Exactly.
it's like,
we can learn a lot from kids.
what happens to our mind that we lose that?
We just become more cynical, more
And
jaded. I don't want to be bothered. Don't anybody bother me. You know?
the world makes us too rash and
Exactly.
cold.
We've become hardened, hardened to love and acceptance. you
Pretty
know?
much.
So, no, I mean, TV shows, movie. A lot of times, okay, you guys can laugh at this too if you want. A lot of times, patriotic stuff
Oh, yeah.
makes me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, okay. You
there
know,
ain't nothing wrong
I've
being
been
proud of
known
the
to weep
country.
at the national anthem.
you know, I'm an Eagles fan. Right?
Oh yeah.
And at the beginning of Eagles games at Citizens or at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, they release a real eagle, and he flies around the whole stadium, and I'm sitting there going, "There's our national symbol."
Cool. Does he then make a break for it and just keep on
Now
going?
he goes back to his handler.
Oh.
That's like, okay. Something that always gets me is like anytime you see like a movie or something like that, and someone like sacrifices themselves because you
Yeah.
know, to me, there's no other like to me like as a human being, I don't think there's any greater of a deed that you could do than give your life to save somebody else. And like when you see that, that's such a huge, powerful
Greater love
moment.
has no man than somebody would give his life for his friend.
It's such a
Absolutely.
heroic
Yeah.
deed that it's like it almost transcends that moment. It's
No,
just
it's
like
true.
it's such a. I don't see how anyone doesn't cry to something like that.
That's
It's such
scriptural,
a
man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You know,
It's
so-
such
no,
a
it's-
insanely like wow. you
yeah.
know? Very
So-
selfless. You know, very.
If you're not crying right now, by the way, about something, make sure you tell us what makes you sentimental too. You know, maybe you got something we haven't, because maybe one of us is going to hear that too.
yeah.
Okay, so for me, songs sometimes too. I'll be home for Christmas.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I hit like 45 years old or something, and all of a sudden I hear that every Christmas and I get weepy. Do I live hours away from my parents? No. I live 15 minutes away from my parents.
Right.
I live less than 2 minutes from my father-in-law. But every time I hear that song, I get all weepy.
And maybe it's a thing too of like it just again perspective of like you're growing up more and like you know it's just it sometimes messages have a way of like getting you. You're just like wow, this is hitting me now because like this is me now. This is like
It's true.
you know what I mean.
It's true.
And one of those
You're
kind of
now in that
situations,
place.
You're in that situation.
Miranda Lambert's The House That Built Me.
Mhm.
That gets me as well.
yeah, it's-
Because our childhood home growing up, it actually ended up burning down. I mean, this was years
So you
after we
can't go
had left
visit
it. Yeah, but you know, when that song came out, I'm like, I can never go back.
Mhm.
You know, that's kind of sad.
Although nowadays, if you knock on somebody, hey, excuse me, I used to live here. Can I come in? You better step back now, son. Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Because back in the day, you could kind of do that, and people
Kind
would
of.
kind of let you in to see.
If
You
somebody
know?
wants to come to my house and say, "Hey, I used to live here," I'm not letting them in. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't care if you grew up here.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
not.
yeah.
Kind of have to just admire from the outside.
I mean,
now.
my dad and we each had our own bedroom, which I think is a big deal. You know,
Yeah.
as a kid, that's a big deal. But he had taken and he had written in the mortar in between the logs, because I grew up in a log cabin, our names.
Nice.
You know, so it's like, you know, that was our room. You know, that was ours. You know, he was very big on stuff like that.
Speaking of songs, Christmas songs, exactly. Alabama's "Christmas in Dixie."
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's snowing in Chicago and this and oh man. It's just,
See, and he gets all weepy about that one. And I'm just kind of like, it's not my favorite.
It doesn't do anything more.
it hits all of us
Isn't it
different.
weird how things
It hits
just
all
hit
of
us
us
all?
differently.
Yeah, completely different.
It's weird how
Although I do agree with you on the Miranda Lambert. Oh my gosh, that's
House of Bilmy. It's a good
great
song.
one.
That's a good
Underneath that tree is my favorite dog is buried.
My dog's buried in the yard.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing too. Animals. Even seeing like certain
don't
like
get me started.
You know what I mean? There'd be ones that you're just like, man, that's just looks like that used to. That's like what my dog looked like. It's like a striking resemblance.
You'll see something on Facebook. One of the girls. Here's a dog who has been in the shelter for 10 years. And now somebody comes and adopts him, and maybe he's missing a leg or something.
Yes.
I don't know. It's like, oh, please take him home.
No. One of my favorites are videos of servicemen and women who have been gone for a year, 2 years, and either they're reuniting with their kids or they're reuniting with their dog or their cat. I found a lot of cat videos, and I was like, I didn't realize cats were that.
Because you don't think cats are
kind
necessarily
of aloof,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But dogs I would get, because. Yeah.
Dogs remember.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
But even these cat videos, I'm like, oh my God.
I saw it. Speaking of that too, it's just crazy. It's like on the extreme spectrum of that. But there was a dude that like raised a lion or a tiger from like a cub, and it remembered it. They had like released it into the wild and all this.
I know what you're talking about.
Amazing.
Yes.
It comes in, it's like the king of its pride now. But all of a sudden, it sees him, recognizes him, and I mean, goes in, like hugs him, sitting there rubbing his head. Like it turns into this, you're like, immediately it turned back into a cub. It recognized him immediately. You're like, that's incredible, man.
That wouldn't be my kind
of
love.
That's a powerful one. Yeah.
And then it was really sweet. The lion kind of put a bib on and everything, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful meal he had.
It's just beautiful, like that whole moment, like. Even ginormous creatures like that, like seeing something like you're just like, man, sometimes this world is beautiful,
Yeah.
Some things just hit you, man. I'm telling you. And it's you know what? It's funny. Again, going back to the whole like TV shows and all. Okay, this will happen in our house. I'm getting a little choked up myself right now. We're sitting there watching a show, and my wife is like across the room on the sofa, and I'm on my chair, and we're watching something. And then I'm going like, and she'll say, "Are you crying?" I go, "Oh." It's like, she'll go. Sometimes she's like, "It's all right, I am too."
See, it's
but
better,
why do I deny it?
I know it's better when you're both crying because you're like, oh, so what?
You're crying too. That's right.
So do you guys play the whole? If you see somebody pass away on like a movie or TV show, then does it segue into the I'm going to go first? Oh, no, I'm going to go first. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if I were to go first, I would want you to move on.
That conversation. Yeah, for sure.
We've had that, and I'm always, she's like, I want you to find someone that, you love or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I put too much work into this relationship. I don't want to do it again, okay? It took me too many years to do this right.
I see what you're saying.
I'll just adopt another dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, look, no, you're my wife. No, you know what I mean? It's like, why do I? No.
You drew the lucky lottery ticket. Congratulations. Nobody else gets this one.
Okay.
This is all for you.
So this is kind of weird, and I've found that anytime I see a video like this, thanks Reels and TikTok and all that, if you see like horses running through the snow, I don't know why it's like through the snow, but for some reason, maybe it's the music they put to this stuff. But
does it remind you of Christmas?
I don't know. It just makes you, I don't know if I'm like, oh, they're cold. I don't know.
They're cold. They're freezing.
Put a jacket on that horse.
Get that baby a blanket. I don't know, but that'll get me all misty, and I'll be like, this is dumb. What is wrong with me?
Oh,
emotions. They're complex. They're complicated, and
animals in general. Animals can do that to you, and I think part of it is the innocence of animals.
I think
they don't have the. I mean, granted, they'll have to kill another animal to eat. That's the ferocity and beauty of nature. But I'm just saying, in general, animals have an innocence to them, especially dogs. And they're so loyal. They just want to be with you. That's the thing with dogs. They just That's the biggest thing they ask, is they want to spend time with you.
Doesn't matter what you look like.
Right.
Doesn't matter what your bank account looks like.
Right.
They just want to hang out with you. You are their whole world.
And I love those like stories too, like you know, people like in the ocean and stuff, and like they get helped out by a whale or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
Or
a
a
whale starts to
dolphin, or-
play with them or
yeah.
something.
Right.
You're like,
We've heard stories of dolphins
yeah.
rescuing.
And you're like, these things are ginormous. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? Like, they could destroy us anytime they wanted to.
Absolutely.
And the fact that they do not, the fact that they somehow value
Doesn't that-
us,
yeah.
isn't that insane?
That's incredible.
There's something very powerful about that.
On a side note, are you like, is that like an oxygen monitor you're wearing on your
No.
finger?
Clip
This
from the
is just a part of the
tripod.
tripod.
I was like,
I just like to fidget.
I'm like, wait a minute. I saw you earlier and you didn't say anything about going to the doctor or something weird happening over the weekend.
It's my monitor.
He's
That's
got
what
a-
it looks
That's
like.
what it
That's
looks
is.
I
like.
still don't know what that thing does for the tripod,
I
by the
don't
way.
know.
It's
It
been there
just-
since the day I
It
got
just
this thing,
attaches
so-
to the tri. I'm a fidgeter. I'm sorry.
No idea. No, you're fine. You're fine. Hey,
I was
listen,
borderline concerned.
shoot us an email. You know, we'd love to hear from you. It's catcountry@mailzimmer.com. And, you know, we're talking about things that make us sentimental or give us the feels. If you got something to contribute, let us know. Or any other topic for that matter that maybe you'd like to see us discuss, you know?
Yeah,
that's-
it's catcountry@mailzimmer.com.
Absolutely.
And be sure to subscribe as well, whether you're watching or listening to this. Find the subscribe button. So it's got to be somewhere around here, okay? Find the
somewhere.
subscribe button and give us a subscribe.
If
And
you
we
can't
should-
find it, have your kids come find it for you.
Exactly.
Kids are tech savvy.
Ah,
It's
they
just
really are.
naturally, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They really are. And thank you for joining us for this edition of the Cat Country KATcast.